starts right now.
We begin tonight with our eye on weather. High winds tonight and rain on the way. Let's go to our chief meteorologist, Greg Bostwick, to get an update on conditions now. Greg?
Well, Kimberly has been very active.
All right, Greg, thank you. Well, because of those high winds tonight, a large tree came crashing down behind a woman's home in Beaumont, missing her home by only a few feet. The tree toppled late this afternoon, roots and all, in the 1000 block of Trinidad Street between Lucas and Pine in North Beaumont. The tree landed on the woman's storage building, crushing part of it. She wasn't hurt, thankfully, but the sights and sounds, of course, caused more than a few anxious moments for her. Greg Bostwick says at the time, winds were gusting up to 50 miles an hour. Winds also took down a utility pole in Beaumont around 2 this afternoon. That happened in front of Ford Park. It came crashing down onto part of the I-10 feeder road heading east. Fortunately, it didn't get any drivers. Beaumont police blocked the lane while they waited for the power company to come out. Then another utility pole came down near a home in Port Neches this afternoon. No damage or injuries reported there. Right now, the search is on for an attempted robbery suspect out of Silsbee who used a knife to try to get cash from a gas station clerk. Fox 4's Chris Malooly actually spoke to the man, and Chris, was the person able to get away with anything?
No, he escaped with nothing.
All right, Chris, thank you. Well, Nederland police want you to take a good look at the photo we're about to put up on your screen right now. This is 48-year-old David Whittington Jr. Tonight, the police chief says he's armed and dangerous and on the run. Chief Gary Porter says Whittington is wanted for the shooting of his ex-girlfriend last Friday. It happened outside her brother-in-law's house on Detroit Street while she was dropping off her 7-year-old son. The brother-in-law, Francisco Martinez, says the boy knocked on the door for help, and that's when Martinez found the victim crawling on the ground with 2 gunshot wounds, one to the head, the other to the chest. Martinez put her in his car and rushed to the hospital.
She had a lot of blood.
Police are not releasing the victim's name to protect her. She's still in the hospital, expected to recover. An arrest warrant is out for Whittington. If you know his whereabouts, call 911 or Southeast Texas Crime Stoppers at 833-TIPS. We begin tonight with breaking news. Right now, Port Arthur police have discovered a burned vehicle on Pleasure Island. Officers are searching the vehicle to determine if anyone is inside of it. They discovered the truck late this afternoon. Stay with us on air and online for any updates related to this story. Well, developing tonight, the job of a Jefferson County Sheriff's Sergeant is in jeopardy. Sergeant Sean Gallander is accused of beating up an inmate. Gallander claims he didn't touch the man, but as Fox 4's Angel San Juan reports, the accusations come from a colleague.
Yes, I am team dressing.
Yes.
I'm going to go with dressing as well.
Oh, there we go. But it's not dressing, it's dressing.
Yeah, dressing.
It's dressing without the G.
How about if you're like from Iowa? They put the G
dressing
on the end.
Yeah, no,
well, they got to cut it off.
You got to cut that off. But my mother, I will tell you, shout out to my mother.
If you're in need of a hangover cure after that holiday party.
And who won't be?
That's true. Well,
Yeah.
I won't.
Oh, okay. Well,
I
somebody,
won't.
yeah. Many won't.
Pedialyte can help. The popular children's drink is now targeting adults with a flavored fizzy version called Sparkling Rush. Pedialyte works to restore mineral loss in children who are sick, and now it will go up against Powerade and Gatorade for adults. Pedialyte saw a double-digit growth during the flu season last year with kids and adults.
Well, they say a lot of times hangovers are from being dehydrated.
Oh,
so
okay.
there's something to that.
Well, I don't know anything about that.
Okay. Let's carry on, shall we?
Yes.
All right, Chad. Chad's up next to talk weather with us. Next.
Well, an update to a shooting now. Police believe a drug deal may have led up to a man being shot while he was pumping gas. But now that suspect is locked up. It happened around 4:30 yesterday at Honey's Drive-In on Concord in Beaumont. Police arrested 22-year-old Anthony Eric Manning after matching his car's description and stopping him on Magnolia Street. According to investigators, witnesses say the victim, along with 2 other adults and 4 young children, met up with Manning to buy drugs. During the exchange, Manning shot the victim. Manning is charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, and additional charges are pending. Well, right back here at home, a local police officer took on the role as Santa and gave a warning as a Christmas gift to one driver, but it was after she led them on a chase. Listen to this story. Authorities say the woman was speeding on I-10, so they tried to pull her over. Well, she kept going. That's when multiple units from several agencies joined in, and when she finally pulled over a few miles later, deputies discovered the 27-year-old only has a permit and her parents were trailing behind her. She could have been taken to jail, but the deputy gave her a citation and made her mom ride back with her the rest of the way. Well, that's a Christmas story to remember right there. First at 5:30, the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office and the Texas Rangers now taking over the investigation of Friday's officer-involved shooting in Port Arthur. Fox 4's Angel San Juan sat in on a news conference this afternoon and joins us live from the Port Arthur Police Station. And Angel, what new information did we learn today? I know we learned a few new things.
That's right, Kimberly. In fact,
Angel, thank you for that update. We're also learning new details about two other shootings that happened in Port Arthur within hours of the officer-involved shooting. This one happened Friday night near the KFC on Highway 365. Today, police tell us two men were in a vehicle. They were arguing with someone in another vehicle, and at some point, shots were fired. The two in the first vehicle were both hit. They drove themselves to the hospital, and the injuries weren't life-threatening, and they're not going to press any charges. In another shooting, we learned what happened to an elderly man being targeted. Around 6:30 Friday night, an 81-year-old was shot in the shoulder at Legacy Senior Housing on Lake Arthur Drive. In an update today, police tell us he was walking from his apartment to his car when he was shot. Police say he was targeted because he was known to carry money. And get this, the man does have a license to carry, and he shot the suspects. Police are not sure if they were hit. The 81-year-old is expected to make a full recovery.
Health officials in Jefferson County are working to change the availability of quality health care right here in the Golden Triangle.
They're making medicine mobile. Fox 4 News anchor Kimberly Rusley joins us in the studio to explain. And Kimberly, this is an amazing thing they're doing.
Yeah, guys, it is. It's new for the county, actually, a carefully crafted mobile health unit. The doctor's office on wheels is in the process of being built right now, and we got a look at some drops of the layout.
As a county our size, it will put us in another light in medicine.
A new arena for Jefferson County, putting health care on the highway.
It affords an opportunity to be mobile, to get a chance to go, to help people.
Commissioner Everett Bo Alfred is talking about the building of a mobile health unit.
It will afford our public health workers the opportunity to go out in the rural areas of China, Nome, Cheek, LaBelle, Fournette, and provide services.
During Tropical Storm Harvey, the nonprofit Direct Relief saw the county's medical needs and urged the health department to apply for a $464,000 grant to build out the RV.
This is medicine in the 21st century.
Dr. Austin Walks is the county's health director. He says you'll find everything in the 40-foot-long unit that you would find at a doctor's office.
Electrocardiographic materials in there, instruments to examine your eyes and ear, nose, and throat.
Once built, it'll have multiple exam areas, refrigerators for medicines and vaccines, and TVs on the outside for health education. As few as 2 workers can staff the unit, and the plan is to make stops 3 days a week to different spots in the county. A key part for the patient, all visits are free.
This is a unit for everyone, indigent as well as non-indigent.
But the mobile health unit is not just a temporary health care fix.
Over a period of time, maybe in a year or two, we can see changes in the different illnesses and so on that we are now experiencing in the area.
Doctors and nurses inside the RV will also use telehealth services where they can use cameras and monitors to interact with healthcare professionals at standard hospitals and clinics. The health unit is expected to be finished in March. Greg?